Welcome to the Ultimate Fancast, where fans are the star of the show. Each week we explore the epic co-created Battle Bunnies franchise from legendary artist Frank and LaNatra and the team at Junkbox Studios. Ultimate fans join BBS, LordL, and Brian as they dive deep into the extraordinary world of the Battle Bunnies. Plus, we'll be your guides and take you backstage with the creators and actors who are captivating family audiences worldwide. Are you ready to meet this week's Ultimate Fan? It's time to fan up and enjoy the show.
Welcome back, everybody, to the Ultimate Fancast. We have an Ultimate Fan backstage right now. He's on the design team. He's a novel hero. He's in the elite guard, man. He's, apart from all his accolades, he's been an OG from the start. He's been an amazing community member. We have Doug. And obviously with the appearance of
All right, now you can go back to napping.
Aww.
What's going on? Thanks for having me.
Hey, Doug, man. Welcome.
How are you?
We're excited to have you here, man. Like, seriously, it's someone with such accolades as you, and you've been an OG from the very start, and you managed to swoop up some awesome NFTs along the way, and even just looking at your collection now, it's astonishing. So it's you know, take back 2 years ago. How'd you find out about Frank and Krista?
So we got to go farther back than that. So I'm a tattoo artist, been for 15 going on 16 years.
Nice.
And like I like to joke that I discovered Frank when they were still doing print in a magazine, but I think I found out about him on Instagram before he actually went into a magazine. So I've been probably following his career for 13 years or something like that, because he just kills it. Like you can ask any of my clients and like anyone I've worked with, if you ask me who my favorite tattoo artist is, it's been Frank for 13 years now. So I started following him there. I actually met him at a tattoo convention 12 years ago or something like that, 11. We were trying to figure it out because he doesn't remember me, because I was just some random person walking around the convention. But it was Paradise Tattoo Gathering out in Colorado. And back then, the tattoo industry was kind of like protected, where, you know, getting information and stuff like that, you had to be like part of the club almost. And I walked up to his booth, and he was just the friendliest guy in the world. Just any question I had, just, yeah, man, here's this is what I do here. Just so freaking nice. So I spent 3 days just sneaking up, watching him, waiting till he noticed me there, like, oh, and then I'd wander off, and then I would sneak back and watch him more. And I actually spent 3 days trying to convince him to tattoo me. He finally agreed to put me on his waiting list. I waited for 3 years, got the call, and then shit in my life was weird at the time, and I had to pass. But because I followed him on Instagram, saw that he was doing something. I just saw a Discord link, and I had already been using Discord with my buddies as like a group chat. So I joined Discord. One night I'm just chilling. I see he's doing a live drawing. So I jump on thinking it's like Instagram Live, YouTube Live, something like that. And I'm watching along, and all of a sudden he says something about like, oh, what's that lady saying? Oh, that's someone's TV. And I looked up and my TV was on. I didn't realize I was on a live call with him, like what Artist Showcase is. So I muted real quick, got real nervous. And then, I don't know, 2 days later, got the courage to ask him a question. And like, he uses the same screen that he draws on, and the same program is the same one I use. So for the first 6 months of Battle Bunnies, I feel like it was just like every chance I got, I just sat there and just asked him every question in the world. And it was just hours of just sitting there and me just picking away at him, like, hey, what about this? What are you doing there? What's this? What's that? So
are you like were you doing that for like the hand-drawn art that you do, or for your tattooing, or like a combination? Like what were the things that you were getting from those conversations that you were able to utilize for yourself?
So yeah, I use the screen to design for my tattoos. Like the program he uses is how I design my tattoos. Um, and I've been doing that, I don't know, 7 years now or something, using this screen, like moved away from paper. But the tricks he taught me, him and Krista, both just taught me these like few little things that changed my world. Like I used to produce a painting and like something I would want to call done, like this is a painting I'm going to make a print out of 30, 40 hours. And then these tricks they taught me cut that in half, which then allowed me to apply it to my tattoos to where I can do color renderings of the tattoos I want to do in a much more timely fashion. So when I go into tattoo, I have a fully thought out color rendering, can follow that, like all my color theories already thought out, versus what I used to do is just kind of have a picture in my head and hope it works. And you get halfway through the tattoo and you go, that didn't fully work, but we're here, so we're going to keep going. And you just complete.
Wow, that's
great.
awesome.
And now like obviously when you found out he was doing NFTs as well, you wanted to be part of that and obviously collect that art pieces as well.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Right?
Well, and just art in general of his. Like, funny enough, the first piece I ever got from him was at the convention. I met him in Colorado, and it's called King of Mama's World. You might be able to find it on his site or something like that, but it's actually a bunny. It's this bunny holding a carrot with a crown, and it's funny that that's the first piece I grabbed from him. And then sure enough, he starts his Battle Bunnies. So I grabbed one of those, and shoot, my whole right arm is actually bunny themed because I'm the year of the rabbit. Like, it just, things lined up.
That's awesome.
Yeah, dude. We're gonna have to look for King of Mama's World. I bet
And,
Beaver
like-
has already written it down, and he's like Googling it right now. Where's King of Mama's World? Where do we find that?
How did you get into tattooing?
So I went to college for art, and I started off as graphic design, but just I didn't love what I was being taught, in the sense of I felt like I wasn't going to have the artistic freedom that I wanted.
Mm-hmm.
So then I went into art teaching, and I hated the teaching aspect of it because my art teacher made me teach a class. So then I just ended up as a general artist, and I was just going to go and graduate, and they said you can make paintings or teach kindergarten. So I needed kind of like a career path where I wanted to do art. And it just, I'd been getting tattooed, just kind of stumbled into it. And then, yeah, I haven't looked back. That was when I was like 19, turning 20 is when I started my apprenticeship.
Nice.
Yeah, they say general artist, right? But what is that?
Yeah,
like,
and
you're either an artist or you're not. It's like,
Yeah.
I don't know. So that's great.
So
Do you have any mediums
Yeah, that's
that
what
you
we
like to ask questions? Yeah, like, do you like oil paintings? Do you like traditional drawing? Do you like digital art? Like, where
So
is something that you just love?
mainly I love digital art now, simply because the ease, the not having to put all my colors out, not making a mess, being able to walk away and just hit a save button and come back to it. But I mean, I've tried oil painting and failed at oil painting. I used to acrylic paint a lot. Did a lot of colored pencil. And then during lockdown of COVID, had to shut my shop down. We couldn't work for that time. I was doing enamel paint. One shot was used. It's like what they try old sign painters use, and I was doing and making shadow, and I would paint on each layer. Oop, am I rugging or? Oh, no,
Yeah, I
there we
think
go.
you might be just a little bit. We can.
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay, yeah, both of
I'm
them
following.
went to a buffering screen on me for a second. Make sure I'm on the right internet. Yeah. Yeah, so I did a lot of that enamel paint for a little bit there. But digital is my main go-to just for the ease of doing it. And then I like the fact that with like layers, I can sketch, then lower the opacity on that, put another layer on top, draw on that, and like I like the non-permanence. I can constantly go back, switch stuff around, change stuff. Like oil painting, you get to a point and you don't like it, you got to paint all over the top of it and start fresh.
Nice.
Yeah.
That sounds like
And obviously, while we're on the
like,
topic of painting, and while we're on the topic of painting, oil painting, water painting, we can't not mention Krista here. And I think having a project like this. Look, how was your hacking to the NFT world? Because you followed Frank here, right? Because of the tattoo world, and obviously NFTs were a bit, I guess, new to you. I'm not sure whether they knew to you if you already had them, but having that, like being able to now hold something that was from Frank or painted from Krista, like as a fan, obviously you're a super fan because you I guess you look up to him in the industry. So having that, I mean, how did you take that?
So yeah, I had no clue what NFTs were before I joined this. Some days I still don't know that I know what NFTs are, but I'm here for the art. I bought it for the art. They talk about doing the LaNatra University where they're going to do art classes. So like that was the initial thing and reason I bought. Plus I just liked the artwork. And then like I've gotten private classes essentially by hanging out in Artist Showcase and asking questions. And once I got that first one, I grabbed the second one, and then I just fell in love with them as people. They're just awesome people. So I just want to support them. Like they've not only like taught me a bunch with the program I use, but they like brought my fire back. So like around the time that I like joined Battle Bunnies, I was busy. I was real busy at work. But just doing whatever anyone would ask, like, yeah, I'll do it, and like just doing the grind, and just didn't have like necessarily that love for the art or what I was doing. And both Krista and Frank, like I not only art wise, but like career wise, they sat down with me and like I just asked them like, what do I do? Because I had been booking out 6 months or so at a time, and then I had just started a waiting list. And when I was first really hanging out with them, I probably got to almost like a 2-year long waiting list. But it was a lot of stuff that artistically I can't sink my teeth into. It's just simple stuff. And like they helped talk me through like how to be friendly and deny people, and like how to shoo people away, and like how to get the people to come together with you to create something that like artistically I really want to sink my teeth into and want to put the time into. And that's where I was then able to use like the tricks they taught me to like really do fully finished pieces. And I mean I'd send them drawings and colors, and we would sit down and they would go over it with me and like, all right, you didn't hit enough highlight over here, you need some low light over here. There's a piece, I finish it this week, I think I do my final run through, but Frank helped me with the drawing, helped me do the color of it. So like I did the drawing, would send him the drawing, he would send me back notes. Then I did a color rendering of it, he would send me notes, and we went back and forth. And then I started that tattoo, and I would actually send him pictures after the session and like, how'd I do, what's the next step, this, that. And that's funny little segue, that's actually how I got tattooed by him. So the piece I was doing on a guy I work with, I did the gray line and I did like the black work on it, and I sent Frank the picture of it, and I was like, dude, I just don't understand how you do this one thing. Like I understand what you're doing or like what you're accomplishing, I don't understand how you pulled this off. And he's like, oh man, it's not that bad, like I wish I could just show you. So as a joke I said, well, it sounds like you should probably just tattoo me. And he's like, well, do you have an area that I could tattoo you and you could watch? I was like, I got an open thigh. And he's like, well, maybe if you got something from the Battle Bunnies that's already drawn. I was like, take your pick. And he's like, oh, we could do the goon, we could do this. And this was before like dragons had dropped, I think, yet. But we had already seen some of them. And I was like, what about a baby dragon? And he showed me the hockey. He's like, oh, I'd love to do this. I was like, sure, just tell me when. And then 2 weeks later I flew out and started getting tattooed by him. But it was all just so he could show me like, hey, watch my hand, it's this motion, you got to do it like this. And that changed my career. I tattoo totally different now. Like it's so much better and just so much more fun.
I love hearing from everyone.
Oh, I was curious, how long did it take to have Frank do that thigh? Like, was it a couple days or multiple days?
I got it.
4 sessions total, I believe. We did gray line and the black work. Then we did majority of the dragon color. Then there was a session of background and finishing the dragon. And then there was a once through it right before Richmond of, he didn't have to touch the background again, but everything on the dragon, he like retouched. So it's 4 sessions.
You guys entered that into a contest there at Richmond?
Yeah, but I screwed up and went first. So there was like 27 people. So the judges saw me, were asking all sorts of questions and wanted to look at it more and turn and this and then had to look at 26 other pieces for the next hour and then go back and remember where it was. So
yeah, you gotta have Jesse.
You say that to Frank, like, yeah, I know. When you say that to Frank, like, hey, you should tattoo me, and he says, yeah, and then he starts going along with it. Are you freaking out, like, in the middle of this conversation? Like,
yeah.
Did he just bite on this? Like, really?
My parents were supposed to go out of town, I think, too, around that time. And whenever they go out of town, I got to watch the farm. We have farm animals and stuff. We have cattle. And as soon as he said that, like, I ran up to the house and I was like, when are you guys leaving? I'm going to Florida here soon. And sure enough, like, he's like, what about this date or this date? And one of them worked. And I was like, I can do that one. And he's like, yeah, just let me know when you have it booked. And I was like, it's booked. I'll be at the airport at this time. You just let me know.
That's awesome.
Awesome.
Yeah,
that was...
I love hearing these stories, man, because we all have our own different story about, you know, how we got into the bunnies and why we love the bunnies. And me hearing this story just makes me think, how does Frank and Krista keep up with this? Because we've all got these cool things, you know, like they're just busy behind the scenes. And I think that's the biggest, like one of the biggest things why we do love it so much is because of them. Like, you know, their art brought us all here, I always say. The art, we gravitated towards it, and then they kept us here by their continual humbleness and, you know, the willing, because they've always been willing to, like you said, just tell you what you're doing. They don't keep those little secrets to themselves. If they shade it this real cool way that no one else does, they're going to tell you. They don't mind because you know, they're humble. And I think that goes through the whole collection.
And I respect that so much, because like I've always hated when someone's scared of competition, because you know they don't want to tell their secrets because they're afraid someone else is going to get better than them. They don't have that fear. They're just like, we'll teach you and show you everything we do. Like, we'll share knowledge because we're so badass. We're confident in that. And like, it shows. And they're just great people too. Like actually before I went and got tattooed by them, I was lucky enough to go to Universal Studios with them. And besides that meeting at the tattoo convention that Frank didn't remember, I'd never met him in person since then. Just been hanging out with them on voice chat and this and that. And they were going to Halloween Horror Nights, and they asked me if I wanted to come. And I was like, hell yeah. I just didn't think about it, just booked it, flew down there. Ended up getting hit by a hurricane and being left alone because they closed everything down. So I had to stay in the hotel. But I got 2 days hanging out with them. And then the hurricane all got announced that it was hitting where we were. And it was funny. They were so sweet and like, well, what do we do? Like, Doug's going to be stuck here. And I was like, get out of here. You guys could drive and get out of this. Go. Like, I'm stuck. That's my own problem. Like, go. We had a fun 2 days. I'll see you again. And like, so it was a nice little crazy intro.
Nice. I remember that too when you got tattooed.
Speaking of crazy intros,
it was fun to watch.
Yeah, I think every single one of them we live streamed the artist showcase, which sucked for me because I don't enjoy getting tattooed, and I had to just act all tough and like not whine. But yeah,
I know. I saw some of that back and forth with Frank.
This is a perfect time.
Calm down. Calm down. You're gonna be all right. And you're like, okay, well, I'll try to be.
You're up, LordL.
Now the one time that I don't, I'm thinking. I get the one time I'm thinking in my head, don't say. I'll be like, every couple of seconds. Well, I had a couple of things. There's a couple of things over the course of everyone talking, because obviously you know what I'm like. Because you're talking about crazy intros when you first met someone. Well, I had a crazy intro when I first met you because you know, we were having tongue sandwiches at some some Rick. What was it? What was it? Who's the guy?
What were you doing?
Who's the guy that owned that restaurant?
It wasn't the guy that owns the restaurant. It was just a diner, drive-ins, and dives recommendation.
Oh, he went there.
Yeah, it was a Guy Fieri recommendation.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, that was such a big excursion for you.
One thing I really
took a little nap in the car on the ride home.
It was a big night before playing the poker. Yeah, it was an experience nonetheless. But I did want to put BBS on the spot because I know he's got some awesome questions there that he really wants to ask. I think he's going over his notes right now. They're always really informative that I feel. So
Jad's next, but I sent him a note saying, "Hey,
I already warned Jad that I'm pulling a Prank and that he's going to be staying up all night. So I told him he's in trouble. I'm going long.
He's like, I got to buy a camcorder and blah blah blah. And I'm like, all right, he's still chatting.
Yeah, all I did was throw some water bottles out for you guys, so I don't have like garbage sitting here.
Thanks.
Yeah, I need to set up something. But I've always got my canvases ready because they're all on me, and like my other coins for like.
This is like I know
stuff.
it's like you're on here, right? There's so many different things we can talk about: art, tattooing, like TCG, novel. Like you're in the novel. You're a novel hero. Do you want to talk about that?
Yep.
Like how you got into the novel and how you found out? Because some we've heard like, oh, and I found out I was in the novel. Like, did you know that you were going to be in the book?
I didn't know I was going to be in the book until the book came out, I'm pretty sure. Like before audio, they were releasing chapter at a time on Discord. I think it was in that I found out. And I don't know for sure, and you'd have to ask Frank or Krista or John or someone, but I think I don't think Greg put me in the original story. I think, the original story came out and then Frank and Krista read it and went, no, so we also got this guy that you need to put in there somewhere. And like, I don't know for sure, but I feel like that's how it happened. And either way, like if that is, I'm really honored that they thought of me. Or if I was in from the beginning, it's honoring to be in it. And that's, I didn't know that was a thing. I didn't ask to be in it. I'm just here for the ride. Never really asked to be in anything. It just happens. Didn't know I was going to be a badass card in the TCG.
Yeah, so surreal.
Just happens.
Well, you're a badass pirate, so you have to be, you
Yeah.
got to be a badass in the TCG if you're a badass pirate.
With a banana, a pirate with a banana, like that's just insult to injury, right?
And I'm not sure, but I think I'm the only pirate with a banana in his right hand. I think all the other pirates that have bananas, it's a left-handed trait. But I got to build that one with Frank and Krista because I won a coloring contest or something way, way back. And for winning the coloring contest, I got the chance to like sit down with them and build my own.
Goodness, that's an epic prize.
Yeah,
it is.
Well, I've been here for a minute.
Any chance to
You've been here for 2 years and 18 days.
Yep. I think Mama Narf's got me by a day.
Maybe.
No, yes, I think I was looking for like people that are still active. Mama Narf's got me. Miss Firefly was like a week after me. And I think Abysmal is same day or like the day after. But like, well, and then like Cryptomus was shortly after. But yeah, I got lucky. I just snuck in right away and then just started hanging out.
Awesome. How did you do with the
Wow, I didn't even know that was a stat. Now I want to see.
Yeah, I know the NFT stuff.
I was like, which number am I?
That's a big jump to like jump into NFTs. Were you like skeptical at first about it, or did you just say, okay, this is what I need to do with the? I mean, you get the wallet at the time. It's like,
Yeah. I don't know if I was like, I don't know the word for it, but I didn't know what I was getting into. I just knew that if I create this weird imaginary wallet where I got to write down this seed phrase that I'm told I'm never going to lose or never can lose, and then I send money to this spot, I can use that to buy this thing, and then I have a piece of art. And then I'm also going to get into the Art Institute of LaNatra and get to learn from two artists that I really respect. So that's why I did it. And then, after that, it was just like I don't think, I know they're still talking about it, but there hasn't been a organized art class yet. But like I said, I mean, if you just sit in the artist showcase, it's all an art class. You can either just sit there and watch and enjoy, or you ask any questions. Like I remember early on, I would ask them a question and he would stop what he's doing. And I was like, no, like I didn't want you to stop. I was just hoping you could. He's like, no, it'll just be easier if I show you real quick. And he would just pull up like a whole nother thing. He's like going on, and he would go on for like a half-hour tangent, just showing me stuff that took away from the work he was trying to get done. But he was just so nice about it.
They're just passionate in helping people.
Yeah, no,
and you can see it.
I saw that
that's
way
coolest
back
thing.
when I first met him at that tattoo convention, the 13 years ago, because I was young into the industry then, and like the company of tattoo machines I was using, he was sponsored by that company. So like I would ask him like technical questions, like what millimeter stroke do you use? What just different stuff like that. And he just free going with the information, like, oh, I like this one for that. Yeah, I'm trying this for this, but not sure if I love it. I still go back, like just flowing with information, and he's so willing to share it, which is always just something I've respected.
And they complement each other so well, Frank and Krista. Like they're just powerhouses in their own lanes, and then they intertwine, and it's awesome to see it. Like I would say that both of them are just so giving, and like just being on the design team for a little bit. But before that, like there's a couple of things like, Krista would be like, hey, can you make a GIF of something? I'm like, yeah, just whatever, I'll send it over to you. And then joining the team and then seeing everything on the back end, it's been great. Like there's so much work being done that it's the listeners would be happy to know that they're constantly working on this, like, and there's a whole board of jobs and things and tasks, and it's a lot.
Yeah,
probably more than my work. My work doesn't even have anything that organized.
Yeah. They both.
Maybe we edit that out.
You see the mirror board, and it's just like,
right.
Yeah, it's a lot. They both have helped me with my own art projects like before, but yeah, now like helping out on the design team, the stuff that I've learned from Krista, because she's become a graphic master, and like the things that she's teaching me now there, it's great. And yeah, the mural board's a lot, but luckily I only took the role of design team. I don't have all the other jobs.
Exactly.
So I just sit in that one chat. Yeah. Just what I'm told to do in that one chat. And then they're cool about it. They understand like we have lives and we have stuff, and like the current project I'm working on for theoretically I should have had it done a month ago, but they're not stressing on me, and like I'm just finishing up probably this week, and they understand like life's busy. Yeah, I always look at it as life is a bunch of different gas burners, and as you turn the gas up on one to make one flame bigger, gas drains on another. So you got to find like that balance of, do I want to turn the family life up one, then the work one's got to turn down, and you got to find that balance, and they understand that. So
that's a good analogy.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, that's a cool way to explain it.
Yeah,
it's easy. Yeah. That's good.
Yeah, because I mean, if you want to go all work and you crank that, like, I mean, look at Frank and Krista, for instance. They wanted to crank the flame of Battle Bunnies, so they sold their house, they sold their shop, they took that nozzle and just shut that down so that the flame could get bigger for their Battle Bunnies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the commitment required, like to get something like this, to the next level. Is you gotta turn off all the other distractions. Not that they're distractions, but just the other things in life that the other life choices, and make in this case the Battle Bunnies the choice. Like that's the thing that they have, and they've got just such a great community, like of supporters and stuff like that. So I mean, you guys are helping out on the design stuff. Luke's helping out with spaces, and all the other stuff, and it's just you guys all have team shirts.
Get the team.
I have a different shirt on. I have this one there. But...
Where's my team shirt?
Oh, I might have a picture of it. Let me see. Let me bring to stage. We got Bill Danger here. Is it the Adventures of Bill Danger? Is that the
Yeah, that's
Is
his that's his
that's his
Instagram. Is the
Instagram?
Adventures of Bill Danger.
Nice.
I started feeling bad that my Instagram that should be about my work and my tattoos and stuff like that was just Bill. So I had to create his own Instagram so that I still like look like I was a tattoo artist. Oh, look at those shorts. God, those are some
those
good looking shorts.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
it was a lot warmer in Richmond in October than it is in Chicago right now. I guess I don't have the picture of you that has the Doug shirt, but you got your team shirt on. You just can't tell because you're holding Bill.
Yeah, here, I'll search harder. You can edit out if my crotch is in the photo. No.
No, that's what everybody wants to see.
Oh, that's what. Yeah.
That's what's going to make us go viral.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah. Nice.
And hairs on fire.
Oh, let me get out of the. Here, hold on a second. Let me remove that from stage so it's big. Actually,
I love that they created this for us. I love that. Oh, we're all gone.
Oops. Where does everybody go? Where did everybody go? There you are. Sorry, I was looking for a way to bring just the person talking as the main thing.
My shirt.
BBS.
They were generous with what they said.
Yeah. Two pirates and a shaman. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, pirates are pretty awesome.
Yeah. Vikings are okay.
Yeah, but they're the shaman's allies.
I've heard you've got a meme game going with some of your images that
there's been some meme battles over the years. So when it first started, I think Mike talked about it when he was on the Ultimate Fancast, how there was the Pirates versus the Spartans. And there was this one guy that he was a Spartan, so I'd always pick on him as it was justified. And I forget how I got him to do it, but I got him to say like pirates are awesome, and then I screen grab and like just grab that and then would post that to him all the time, create memes. And then he, life gets going, so he disappeared. I mean, he'll pop in once in a while. But then when Disco came in, Disco liked to be very vocal about his dislike for pirates. So I have a disturbing amount of photos on my computer of like Disco's face cropped and like Disco on female pirate bodies.
The best.
I've seen one of those.
Yeah.
The best edit we ever seen was from you, Doug. I seen one that you did one day, and we're putting Disco's head on it. It was so clean too. It was like it almost looked like it was actually legit.
Yeah, that's
like I don't know if you changed his skin tone or if he just looked like that was him. I was like, no way, he looks great in a dress. I remember even BBS saying it was clean.
All that years of doing.
So that's how you know it's good. I was like,
it's finally paying off.
Good.
Well, and funny.
That's why you've developed your skills, so you can use them.
The group photo in Richmond, Disco was actually, there was two photos, one that Disco was in, but Krista's face was covered by somebody. And then one that Disco was gone for a smoke that like you could see everyone better. And that's the one I think they use. But Disco's actually, I photoshopped Disco back into it. I took him from the other photo and put him in the main one. So
nice. Yeah, those Photoshop skills are great to have. Like if you can do it cleanly, you can tell that when I'm making these thumbnails, I'm not doing anything clean for the Fancast. That's not my application. I'm a 2D illustrator, like don't use real people kind of things. I just don't know the tricks of Photoshop to make things look realistic and clean, and working with the pen and stuff like that's hard for me. So I'm so much better in Illustrator. And prior to that, like Macromedia, like they had this application called Fireworks. And that was like my thing that I used for decades before that thing got deprecated. Like but it was just making like web images. Like, so you didn't have to use vector. You used, what was the other format? But now I'm all vector everything. So you can do scaling and stuff. But yeah, it's, That's
But that's
about my extent of art.
I use Clip Studio, which is the same one that Frank and Krista design on. And that's back in the day when it was like real early on. I used to just sit on Twitters and like listen to them. And when they would make a joke on that spot, I would just be creating a meme for the joke that they're talking about. And then I would post it up. Like, I don't know if you
Nice.
ever saw the Frank, Krista, and Jesse ghost one, where
No.
Frank's making pottery and then Jesse's holding them, and then I
Oh,
think
yeah,
Krista's
I may have
face is
seen
the
that one.
pottery.
I think I have
Yeah,
seen
that one was weird to make, and they don't like it, but it was worth a laugh. So
Might have seen that one on Facebook or Twitter.
yeah, so
great.
for all the viewers, if I die unexpectedly and you can come and clear that folder out of my computer, you can have some of my NFTs. You can have some of my collection. Because there's a lot of cropped faces and stuff that if the wrong person saw, they might have some questions.
Like the FBI.
Yeah. Like, why is he cutting all these faces? He's just got folders of people's faces cut out. You know, it's weird, but it's the little things in life that keep you going, you know?
Yeah, you're gonna have fun.
Yeah.
That's great.
Well, you've got a sick collection. I'm sorry, we've got to talk about your collection. I
Let's go into it.
I'm looking at that right now. That's why I'm staring to the left.
Yeah. The this is one of your sick Spartans that you have. You've got this guy and this guy. Oops, better get back to the screen. I love this guy in the all black with the fountain.
That was my lucky first mint. It was the first thing I ever minted from him. I pulled that. And at that time, like, gas was still crazy and weird, and like I remember asking one of the team members back then, like, how much do I need for gas? And he told me you need double what it costs. So I like put that aside, minted this, and they worked some sort of magic where it didn't cost me that much. So then I had enough over that I minted that second one, and that's the other one that you just showed.
That's this one. Yeah, with the cheetah body and the something pass. But this one definitely is just, I love the all black and the little scar and the blood on the sword. Like, it's definitely very cool.
I think that's one of two complete all onyx. So he falls into the right below King Leonidas. So
he's the Supreme Commander.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, and then you've got one of the rare Spartan ghost bunnies, which if he just had different colored shoes.
Yep.
Right.
And that though didn't mint that. I won that.
Nice.
Some sort of raffle, POAP raffle they were doing or something like that. I was the lucky winner. That
is a nice pickup. Like I picked up Nikki's. Nikki was selling her Spartan in secondary, like, and I was like, I don't know, John, do I need a ghost Spartan or those? And he's like, there's only 23 of them. He's like, it would be a nice thing to pick up someday. And I was like, yeah, I want one then, so I figured out a way to, eventually get it and, purchased it.
Is Ghosts when you came in?
No, I came in the middle of the eggs. Like the night dragons, the hatching. So you guys were already, like, it was May of 2023. So you guys were just starting the hatchings and stuff like that, and I had no idea what was going on. So yeah, I wish I would have came in last October for these, because they're nice.
Well, yeah, and they did that as like that special Halloween for holders where they were $13.
Mm-hmm.
If I remember right. Yeah, so I grabbed a fair amount of those.
I would have grabbed a fair amount of them as well. I paid quite a bit more for my Spartan Ghost.
I'm sure.
And then here's Doug,
Yep.
with his toxic body and the banana and the world's best Viking mug, which I think's funny because he's a pirate.
Yeah, well, the world's best pirate mug didn't exist at this time,
Yeah,
so
yeah,
I wanted a coffee cup. Coffee keeps me running in life.
yeah, lots of us.
It depends on how you look at it too. The pirate could have stole it from the Viking, you know.
That's
I like
true.
the patch
Yeah,
on the
very-
pirate too. The epic patch on that pirate too.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah, yeah. I was lucky enough to sit down with them to make that as like a custom because I won a coloring contest. So I got
Very
to
cool.
pick all my attributes, and I'm not 100% sure, but I believe pirates have a banana trait, but it's in the left hand, and I think I'm the only pirate with a banana in the right hand. I don't know for sure though.
Yeah, we can ask Krista. She's the master at
Yeah.
that. When Frank knows, obviously too, but
Very breakfast oriented. I love it. It's like a banana
Well, yeah,
and
he's
coffee
all
and
confused in the forest of delirium, so he thinks the banana's his sword.
yeah, I can totally
awesome.
see that.
I like that. The highlights on that too are great.
Oh yeah, I just that
Right.
glowing, the way that the
Mhm.
toxic skin and stuff like that. It's just everything is just top notch.
Trying to
with,
Rogan.
who's rugging?
There
Oh,
we go.
Doug
There I'm
is?
back.
Nice.
I think it was me.
And then
Yeah, I think
it was you.
I heard rugging and I was like, hope it's not me.
And then we got to talk about this guy. Was this a poll that you got, or how did you pick up this mythic?
The goon, the Billibus, as he's named
Billibus,
after
yeah.
Bill. So funny story about how I got that bad boy is I've been a pirate since the beginning. Always, I came in, picked pirate instantly. Was around for the early pirate versus Spartan battles. Claim to fame, I'm actually the one that came up with the name for the ship, the Queen Hare's Revenge. Like the pirates
Nice.
voted on it, but I was the one that like proposed that. And then the collection dropped. This was not in my wallet, but Mr. Frank LaNatra minted this one. And then randomly one day he just texted me and he said, "Hey, check your wallet." He knew I loved it so much that he just sent it to me.
Oh wow, that's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
And this
Wow.
with what is are you looking at the traits by any chance? Is the hairs of the wisps of Willie, I think is what his hairs are called, without the hat. Something
Yeah, I
like
don't have
that.
the traits
But
in front of me. Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, this if I could pick any like series 1 Battle Bunny, and this is bad because it's over Doug, this is my favorite one he created.
Nice.
I mean, it's the Goonies. It's
I
Sloth.
love the Goonies homage. Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh, it's so good.
Yeah,
Baby Ruth.
Yeah, that one is awesome. And he's, for pirates, I mean, that's your top pirate, like mythic, other than obviously like Jackbeard or something like that. But
Yeah,
Yeah,
no
and
hat.
I-
I mean, yeah.
And that's my ultimate hero, Anne Bunny.
yeah, is there a story behind the name?
Anne Bonny is a famous pirate. She was the wife of Calico Jack. Like I'm into pirates. I've always been into pirates. I'm scared of water and the oceans, so I'm a bad pirate. But I've
You're a
just always
land
been
pirate.
into it. Yeah, yeah, and I really am. I currently building out a van so I can just kind of like travel around when I want, so I can come out to the conventions. Like I brought the van out to Richmond. But yeah, so Anne Bunny is just a play on Anne Bonny.
Nice. That makes sense. And it's
Of
got
course,
the
she's got
coffee.
her,
Love that coffee.
And he's got
I
the
love
Viking
that
mug.
coffee. It's the pink
Yeah, he's
coffee
got
mug too.
the mug. Same.
Yeah. Is that your purple patch that you love, BBS?
I don't think
Or
it's
is it
one of
different?
them, but it's
Okay.
there's a purple patch that's like a darker purple.
Okay.
and there's 13 of them. They're not they're regular ones, but yeah.
Not part of the Purple Patch Club.
Yeah, he's got these. He covets these 13 or so purple patched pirates that
I think I saw you were talking about that. Well, it wasn't this morning for you, but it was this morning for me, I think, on Chisler's Ultimate Fan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I have 2 of them, but Mike's got one, Disco's got one, and there's some people on, there's some team members on the Food Fight Studios that have them that probably don't care about them, or not. I shouldn't say don't care about them, but are just not thinking about that. But I don't know. I'm up for the challenge. I mean, I collected 80 number 8 Summer Bash NFTs from Aaron's project. I
remember when you were doing that. Yeah,
like there's just no way I'm going to get this done. And actually, it was I think Pickles. He said if you could get like 50 of these, that would be crazy, because people are creating sets like they want their own full decks. Like you're not going to get these cards from people. And I was on the phone like teaching someone MetaMask to get one of them. He was like, "Yeah, I got this. It was sent to me. I don't know what I'm doing with it. Like I don't even know anything about Poly and or Matic rather." And so I was like, "Yeah, I got a couple of minutes and I'll show you how to do it." And he's like, "All right, just step by step, man. I don't even know how to do this." And I'm like, "I'm doing this literally for one piece of art. Like, this is crazy." But I got it done. So I got all 80. I'm gonna make a huge poster of it, make a big deal, and kind of just celebrate it because it's pretty epic. But
yeah, it's accomplishment.
Yeah, for sure. This one I just liked, your Cernos legendary Valkyrie. I thought that was
it just looks clean.
Yeah, I love it when the legendaries.
Yeah, I love the brown too with like the green. Like I don't know, and that one just a lucky I just minted. Like 99% of my stuff is all minted.
Yeah. Speaking of lucky, Gorilla.
Yep.
One of 8. She's she's not the most attractive mom, but man, she's
but it's Krista's, like that's.
Yeah, and it's got I think there's only 2 that's got the overlay as well. Could be wrong. But yeah,
I'm not that knowledgeable about the overlays and all that stuff that changes the levels and stuff. But yeah, you got both signatures. You've got you've got obviously Grilla. She's just special, to the collection. There's but she's I wouldn't want to meet her in a dark alley.
No, probably not. Or maybe she's real friendly. You don't know.
Yeah, maybe she's real friendly raising those.
Don't judge, exactly.
Yeah,
we don't be judgy.
We don't know.
I get the impression she's kind of like the mom in the Goonies, like like when I see her, I think of that mom in the Goonies, and I don't remember.
Yeah, they look pretty similar, actually.
Yeah, there's some overlap with that. And this is special, obviously. You are one of 10 who hold all 13 of the Euligans, her kids, and this is I just grabbed the gift order because everybody loves the gift order.
Yeah, I was lucky enough to mint both Grilla and the gift order, and I minted. I want to say I minted 14 or 15 of them only. And that's, I only had to trade around 3. The only one that was a little difficult to get was the Dragon Egg Hoarder. But by that time, the Valkyrie getting a free egg had already been announced. So I traded, it was either a Valkyrie or a Ghost Valkyrie. I traded someone straight up for the Dragon Egg Hoarder just so I could complete that 13.
Nice. Yeah, that's a great collection. Wow. And with that great collection, you got to earn one of these, which this molten egg is. I just love the coloring on this one. Like it was just pops off the page, with the browns and the oranges and stuff like that. So,
awesome.
So yeah. I didn't obviously. Is there any that I did not show that you're like, oh, those are, you missed this one. I love this one in my collection.
All of them.
You love them all? Oh, yeah.
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 I mean, I'm partial to my hawk heads, of course, and I got I think I have 3 hawk heads, and that's I actually had to trade Aaron because there was only one Jester hawk head that came out. And I had a Jester egg, so I traded my Jester for his Jester and got the only Jester hawk head. But I still need the hawk head that's my tattoo coloration, but strangely enough, my tattoo didn't come out in the mint. So the color palette of mine did come out, and then it did come out with the Imaginuke Falls background, but only with the mythic background, never with the legendary background, which is what my tattoo has.
Interesting.
So it doesn't exist out there. That wasn't planned. It was just happy accident.
One of one. You got a one of one.
Well, if I'm happy about it, because if it did come out, it would have cost me a lot of money because I would have paid pretty much whatever to get that. So in the end, it saved me quite a bit.
And we would have held it like this too. Like, come on.
Didn't land in Aaron's wallet or Klopping's wallet or somebody else like that is not selling anything.
The 2 closest that came to it, that's the proper coloration, I can't think of the name of it at the moment, with the Imaginuke Falls background, but with the mythic ones, is Klopping and Narf's mom. So
nice.
They're not really leaving, but also I know they're safe.
Oh, Narf's mom is never selling.
No, they're safe there.
Yeah, they're
that
safe
is true.
in their wallets.
Yeah, that is true. It's a good way to look at it.
Yeah, so I don't have to worry about it. They're in a good home.
Very cool.
Yeah, I'm just scrolling on your OpenSea now, man. It's amazing.
I looked up the purple eye patch, and I figured, people are going to watch this, so I should probably be accurate with who has what. And so, Food Fight Studios has one. The Boarded Death Club, maybe my boy Luke can help me with that. Vault. Disco's got one. Love you, Disco. Creature's got one. This is what I mean. Like, Creature's not going to give that up. Pirate Mothy, he's not going to give that up. Old Man Gamer, probably not.
See, but that's the good thing, though. Those people, they're not going to give them up as like you can sell them or anything. But they're nice enough people that I bet you can do trades. You can be like, hey,
I'm sure we have something. I probably have something that they want.
Yeah.
You just need to figure out what that fair trade is between something. Maybe they like a pirate that has like a red patch that you don't care about or something like that. Or, something they're missing. Like, I kid you not, when I was trying to collect all the different eggs and I had like extras of other things, like if I would have had a purple eye patched anything, I would have probably traded you for one of the eggs that I was missing out of having all 25.
Right. Yeah, I didn't even know. Like, I should have asked like Katie, because I sold it during the holidays because I had an extra one. Extra, it's ridiculous, right? But anyway, I had a one that I was like, I'll probably just sell this because we'll get someone else in here, and that first Series 2 Dragon Mint went so fast, and a lot of people didn't get an opportunity to get in. So it's like, why don't I just put this up for mint price, which is crazy, right? Because you could definitely sell it for more. Not financial advice.
I was waiting for it.
Just throw that in there. But so it's like you want to throw that in there because you don't want. This is not about like, hey, come here and mint. It's more of like, come here and hang out and see what we're about, right? And learn about Doug. Like this, we're highlighting you here. But like to just be a good community citizen and just throw it up there for what we paid for it, and give someone that shot to get in and feel that excitement of like, it's supposed to be like a flavor of the Spartan mint, right? When you mint that, you get benefits from that. that give you like special benefits, utility. And so this Series 2 egg gives you like a taste of that for this series, which is great. So I just, I love that idea of just getting someone else in there and doing that. And it went like that, like it quickly.
Yeah, I think that speaks to the community, because I know a couple people did that where a couple of people were able to grab a few of them, and then it sold out so quick that I think Aaron sold some at mint price. Just I have extra. I don't want to sell these.
I know Clopping did.
Yeah.
I think Clopping, yeah.
And they would have kept those in their wallet if they could, but they wanted to help the community and like, all right, they missed out. I'll sell it for what I paid for, just for mint, just to allow that person that missed out. It's like I've once or twice, I think it was Aaron and maybe like Disco, they needed something, and I was like, oh, I have that, if it comes down to it. And later that day, like I heard Disco was like, oh, well, Doug wants to trade me this. I was like, no, I don't want to get rid of that at all. But if you need it, I'll help you. Like, I don't want anything to leave my wallet. But if someone that's a good community member needs something, we can make some stuff happen. We can shift some stuff around.
Right.
I like that.
Yeah.
BBS, you said something a minute ago
that's one thing that's astonished me with it. Oh.
I was just, this probably won't make the show. I might cut this, but you said
I like it. It's a great start.
When you said
definitely keep this in.
Yeah. So this is totally going to make it now because I'm making a big deal about it. When you said the thing, you said the expression "mint with benefits." I was thinking of the expression "friends with benefits," and now I'm thinking Doug needs to make a meme that has something to do with mint with benefits.
See, and that's I don't know if it's YouTube friendly, but I've made some memes that were like only shared in the artist showcase chat that were less than savory, let's say.
Yeah. Not safe for work, NSFW, right?
Yeah. Shoot, I think John John helped me make a POAP that I think only a select few got because it was as a joke, but it's Frank as a unicorn on it. So if you need, I can share that, and you can put that real big on the center right now.
Ooh, yeah, we could do that right in the.
I'm sure.
I love this 4-panel thing because then I can put pictures right in the middle and not over anybody's face. So yeah, if you want to share that POAP, we could definitely show that in post before I make this to the show, because I think let's see, your show is going to premiere on like the second week of February because we've got 3 in front of you that I have to edit, so it'll be quick. So
yeah, that's soon.
Yeah, much quicker than those people that recorded with us in September and didn't get published until December.
Yeah,
right. Yeah, they had to wait a long time. We forgot and then like listening, like going through the episode again, it was like reliving it. It was awesome. It was like, oh yeah, like we just blast right that we had to like just sit down and chat with like the coolest people. So thank you.
It was awesome.
Thank you for your time.
Yeah, we definitely appreciate it. Well, we've had you for an hour and 23 minutes. Is there other things we want to cover? Because we could keep talking. I have a game called a quick hop around Keenan Guard to test your knowledge of the breeds and the lands, but we don't have to play that game.
That's gonna be rough for me. Okay. I'll be that great at it.
So I think we should play it.
LordL's like, now we sounds like we play it, but that's the thing. I'm gonna turn the tables, and we're actually
and BBS can
play it. We're gonna
BBS will be the.
That would be.
I'm rugging.
Yeah, I might just.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think. I don't know. I'm sure there's plenty of just stories from over the times.
We definitely want to have you back on. I mean, you're
down anytime.
Yeah, 100%.
Love to see some.
You're never gonna get your whole thing in one episode. It's not gonna happen.
Yeah, we're never gonna get that. But yeah, you were talking about your art earlier. Like, love to see what your style is, and the things that you do that you're most proud of, that kind of stuff. And obviously, we love the Battle Bunny stuff, but love to see some of your originals and your tattoos and stuff, because I think everybody would be interested in seeing that on a future episode.
What I should see if I can do is if I could find a piece that I did like 2 years ago, and then I'm finishing up this piece that Frank helped me, and like put those side by side to show the things that he taught me. And just these little things just changed everything for me. But
I think like it'd be really cool if we could have BBS get tattooed by you and we just record the show. Like, Pirate the pirate.
Yeah, big old pirate flag on them or
So
something.
I don't have one tattoo, so that would be just awesome.
Yeah, you need one. Maybe just start with a
Yeah,
throat.
like let's just start it off. Like let's just
Yeah.
on the forehead. Like, just,
Yeah, I think
You
that's
give me one
It's
that
my
says
life
no
decision.
regrets. Can you give me one that says no regrets?
no regrets. Yeah, not even an
Yeah.
A.
Not even.
To this
If
day, I have
anybody
no
doesn't know
spelling errors.
the cultural reference on that, that's from the movie The Millers, I think.
Yeah, we're the
I've
Millers.
seen the movie. I didn't get the reference though.
Oh yeah, no, that was an awesome meme. I mean, they made a great meme of it afterwards, but man, that was just a great movie with Sudeikis.
I've seen that happen in real life. I luckily have never done a spelling error, but multiple times I've seen people I work with just make awful spelling errors, and I feel bad for them, but it's kind of both the artist's fault for.
What do you do? Like
You get real creative. You get real creative. And sometimes you say like, oops. Yeah.
Oh, look, this is what you
10%
get.
discount.
Let them sign off on it.
Well, that's like,
I didn't know I thought that's how you want it spelled. That's all.
that's one of my go-to things that I tell people. We'll put the stencil on, and then they look at it in the mirror, and like I always tell people, like, if you want to move it, you want to resize it, we can do it now. In about 5 minutes, it's going to be real hard to move it. So like, make sure everything's right. And we've, knock on wood, no spelling errors. I may or may not have 2 grammatical errors, but we got creative and did the wrong your, so we had to add an apostrophe and an e to it. So then the spacing's a little off, but it's fine. It's not like it's permanent or anything.
I would make that mistake every time.
I draw pictures. I'm not a speller.
Yeah, I'm not a grammarian, that's for sure. That's not my.
Shoot, doing graphics for Krista, I don't think I have successfully brought her an image yet that didn't have a spelling error on it. Like nice. It's just not my thing.
It needs spell check, like your graphics application. I think Adobe Creative Suite starts to have that where it gives you a little squiggly if you're doing like in the type. But you have to use at least in Illustrator, I think it's caught me before where I've made some spelling errors, which I made quite a few, and I'm like, oh, now I got to go redo the whole thing and export it. Yeah. And it's just
I have 100 apps. I make copies. There's 100 apps that I use that make me look like I'm, more than what I am. But you need the apps. Like you need the Grammarly. I need
that Mr. Paperclip that used to pop up and tell me stuff.
Oh yeah.
Mr. Chat GPT 4 now. That's smarter than everything. That's they'll just integrate that into everything. Now it's like making suggestions on like the paragraph that I'm writing. It's starting to get weird. Like you're finishing all my thoughts. It's like we're insane.
Finishing each other's sandwiches.
Yeah. It's in some browsers too. I think it's in like MSN. I was at work and I was like typing in something in the browser and it just started to like go off on a dialogue. And I'm like, I don't need a rant from a browser. Like, I just need you to find what I'm looking for. Like, what is happening? It was the whole screen. It was like, I was like, I don't know what I just did. I just typed in like looking for something like images and crazy.
That's mine.
Like, so intertwined into.
My phone and computer will always suggest stuff, and then it automatically will put it in. And like, no, that's not what I wanted. This is a word I made up that I'm just texting a friend. Stop changing it to something in the English language. Like, this is just supposed to represent sounds. So yeah.
I bet it loves Doug. When you try to type in Doug.
Yeah, the DHUG.
Yeah. Of course, the when I run it through the transcriber, it will have all the things it'll say. I'll have to, if I can remember, I'll have to go back in and put in the DHUG instead of how it'll spell it, DOUG.
Yeah. Well, that's how it's spelled on my birth certificate, so I get it. But yeah, I've ran that DhugLife for a while, and it's a play on Thug Life.
Mhm.
So like I did it on my knuckles. Where's the camera? Oh, I don't live a thug
There it is.
life. I live a Doug life.
Nice.
That's awesome.
Very
So,
nice.
Love that.
The random
So what's-
bottom just kind of worked out.
Nice. What are the words under that have the H on your pinky?
So that's T-Fig, which is the childhood school I went to. I still hang out with like the kids I went to grade school with and stuff like that.
Mhm.
And when I was first starting out, they were my guinea pigs, and they let me practice, and they all got T-Fig on their butt cheeks because they didn't care what was on their butts. And then once I like got to a point, I had to get the tattoo as well, so I put it there. And then the other ones, funny enough, is actually this like it's a quote I got off of a Captain Morgan's thing. So it's a pirate motto on the other lower knuckles.
Very cool.
So
Nice.
Nice.
pirate to the heart.
Yeah, this is probably killing LordL. He's like, why can't you be a shaman?
When I heard you talking about alliances, and like
There's not many of us.
no, pirates could use
Well,
some
no,
magic,
no.
you know.
No, because what happened was like yeah, exactly.
Maybe you
Plus,
could be a
BBS is
spy
part
for
too.
the
Hey, BBS, you
pirates.
got my back.
What's that?
No spying. We're our own entity. Well,
Now you're
we're
puffing up.
the shamans are a force as well. We're allies. You can't put me on the spot, Brian, when there's two pirates here. Normally, if there's only one,
Shamans are
I've got a bit of like bartering. But now I've got two. They're like them.
Shamans are usually drunk on carrot mead and or their potions that they mixed incorrectly. So, like
Yeah, everybody's coming to the ships, right?
I'm still trying to find the bad part.
We don't like you, but we need to get across the sea. Like, yeah, come on.
Yeah.
You're just a shuttle, man. Like
Just a shuttle, right? Next.
I think that originated with like me having a feud with like Disco or something, and then I knew Disco would. I knew BBS would have my back against Disco because of like, yo, this is the perfect ammo, and then we just created an alliance just there and then. That's it. Rest is history.
Yeah, Disco
Disco's
loves
Hopefully, it'll appear in
creating.
number 4 or 5 of the book.
Disco's really good at memes too. Like, you wouldn't want to like you're gonna throw something at him, and he's gonna come right back at you and be like, "Oh, I just found a baby picture of you, and I just put you in all these scenes." And it's just like, how did you do that?
Yep.
Like, yeah. So like, you gotta he can dish it out too. So I think I've seen a few photos of you looking for too funny.
Yeah, Disco liked
Anyway.
started doing the meme thing. He likes to just create rivalry and drama, but we all know he's a secret pirate, and he.
Yep.
I don't know if I'm sharing some alpha or not, but behind closed doors has been like he's been teetering a little bit. I think he's accepting the fact that him and Aaron doing this trailer and like on the road life and that it's very piratey. It's like
Yeah, it is.
They're pretty much they're pirates. They just haven't accepted it yet. But we'll give them time. They'll slowly start to accept it.
The process. Some
Yeah,
just get
the
it
pirates-
immediately, and others are just
Yeah, pirates are very welcoming people. We get a bad rap. They say we're dirty, but I mean, soap back then kind of sucked. So like everybody was dirty. It's not just the pirates were dirty. It's everyone back then was dirty. And pirates were a very welcoming people. You had people from all different cultures, races, all were pirates, all even on the ship. So they were great people. And not too dirty, just a little dirty. A little bit dirty.
I like the Pirates of the Caribbean franchise.
I do too. I love the ride.
The ride is always
I love the ride.
They've evolved the ride to include Johnny Depp now at Disney World. So yeah,
I just love the weird smell of the ride, of like that man-made fog that they make.
And
yeah, it's just very nostalgic.
Yeah, I love that whole ride.
Luke, have you been to Disney World?
Have I? Yes, I grew up in a Disney family. Lord's no.
Yeah, I was asking Lord if when he came over from the other side of the pond.
I've never been.
Yeah.
It was all booked out, so we couldn't get in.
Oh man.
Mm.
And it's sad. Next time.
Next time we'll do a convention there. Or something.
That is the next time.
Yeah, it's something your boys would love. Like, they're at that right age too. How old are your kids again, Lord?
I got a girl 12 and a boy 10.
Oh, see, I even messed that up. So you've
Oh
got a
no,
boy and a girl.
13 now.
Yeah. 10 and 12.
Yeah.
So they're perfect age.
Oh, she's cool.
You guys have both been to Disney though, Brian and BBS.
I have. Yeah, I have. I've been way too many times.
I'm a galactic space hero.
Oh wow!
On the Buzz Lightyear ride, I maxed the score out.
Nice.
I did too, kind of.
You must have had a gun that worked.
They stopped their ride, and I could just keep hitting the target, so I was just like going crazy with it. But I didn't get that high though. It was still high.
Mine's similar. I may or may not have ridden it 7 times in a row to try and get this.
And you figured out where the easy spot.
Yeah, my ex was not happy with me, and I wouldn't let her shoot because I had to control for where I could get the good targets. And then, funny enough, the one I finally got it on, I got it at like the 3/4 of the way through the ride point. And then I believe someone that was like handicapped had to get off, so they paused the ride so they can get the person in the wheelchair off. Well, I had already gotten it. And the poor kid next to me, I was just screaming at him, just spinning, going, "Look at my score! Look at my score!" So he's got some memory.
Was there like one little red target? Like, was it like a red target, like in the corner or something that you found? Or
yeah, I figured out there was a few different rooms, and the main one was one room you entered. There was one little target that you could see when you first entered the room. So you just aimed at that one, got it, and then when it came back into view, you just got as many shots on it as you could.
Yeah.
So YouTube may or may not have helped me cheat because someone showed what targets were the good ones. But
nice.
Yeah, and then I was all excited. I got off. I heard you got a button. I run over to someone that works there and like, "Hey, I'm a galactic space hero. Do I get a button?" And she goes, "Oh yeah, honey." Just grabs a random button and writes galactic space hero on it and hands it to me. I was like, "Oh, I really thought it was gonna be like a special one. Like I've been working for the last hour to get this, but whatever."
Yeah. Instead, you got the one they also write "Happy Birthday" on.
Yep. The one that's just it might not even be a button, and she was just like, "Oh, this cutie's sweet. Let's just make him happy and get him on his way."
Right. Have a magical day.
Yeah, exactly.
That's funny.
Yeah, they did that with my my son. They were like, "Hey," he was like, he looked at me and he goes, because I gave him money to get like an ice cream or something, and he was like, "Okay." I said, "All right, give the girl the money." So he was like, ready to give her the money, and she's like, "No, you keep the money. It's fine. Have a magical day." I'm like, oh my god. Now we're like one of these. Like we're now on the checklist. So,
Yep.
But he loved it. He was like, "Oh, look at this! I got this, whatever."
Yeah.
But yeah, that's like they do these little things that
No, Disney's
that are just great.
They're pretty cool. When I was younger, I actually got pneumonia while I was on vacation at Disney and had to get rushed to the hospital, left like the theme park to go to the hospital. So obviously the next day I was just stuck in the hotel room, and they sent someone dressed as Tigger to my hotel room with a stuffed animal and stuff like that to like cheer up the sick kid. So
Wow.
that was pretty neat.
Yeah. Yeah, they are magical. They just make everything an experience, and they think
you pay
about
for the magic, but it's
you
magical.
do pay for the magic.
Yeah. They're good at that, right? I mean, just like it's an experience though. Like, so, I mean, they're just doing that. Everything is working on all cylinders with that stuff.
Yeah,
they are about customer experience though, because my ex-wife and I, like her parents had gone to Disney World like 20 or 30 years ago and didn't use their tickets, like all their ride tickets up for the day. And so they kept them and they put them in a safe deposit box. And when my ex-wife and I went on our honeymoon, we had heard that they would honor those original tickets that hadn't been used. And
like the
so
A through E?
yeah, I think it was something like that. But yeah, we have a couple tickets that are a few decades old, and we wondered if you would. And they were freaking out. They were so geeked out. Those things were probably ended up in somebody's like
It's
a
it's a
frame or
museum
like that.
so they have an E-ticket, right? That you can use, like, so the fancy rides, they call them, like, where they're like the newest rides are E, and then all the way down to A. So that you had that, you probably would want to keep that, but I don't know.
Yeah, well, we actually ended up
it's
trading them
totally-
in for the $130 tickets per person.
right,
but
yeah, that's worth it.
They didn't pay anything like that. They probably paid $5 for the tickets back in the 60s when they bought them or whenever it was. But they were old tickets. They actually honored them, and they were like, "That's crazy." And then but they were so nice because that's where we spent our honeymoon, and just I've been a fan of Disney my entire life. Like, I just love everything they do. Now that they have Marvel and Star Wars.
And Star Wars. I haven't been there since Star Wars opened.
Yeah, we tried to get in, but they were sold out the last time that we went. And I told my wife, I was like, I need to see Star Wars, like,
Yeah.
I need to see it.
So
I don't
good.
care if it's
oh my god.
land or world. I need to see it, because they're just. I want to go see Cars World in Los Angeles, or is it Anaheim, where their other park is, Disneyland?
Yeah, that'd be land. Yeah,
because I'm a big fan of the cars, like the
movie,
and that kind of stuff. So they made a Cars Land, and I'm like, I need to see that before they change it.
Yeah, I don't think they'll change that. That'll stick around for a while. That's still got a big following. Like, I love Cars.
Yeah,
both in real life and the movies. Yeah.
Yeah,
little Tow Mater.
Yeah, Tow Mater. I can't reach him, but I got a whole bunch of them. Actually, well, no, I still can't reach Tow Mater because I got a chair in the way. But I've got like a whole bunch of, like, I think I liked it more than my kids did, but they were right that my boys were right at that age when the Cars franchise dropped, and I geeked out, and I was like, I need to get all of the metal cars for the kids because they'll love them, and the kids didn't love them, but I did.
Well, Disney's genius about stuff like that, where, like, yes, they're kids movies, but then they hide all that, like, Dale Earnhardt and that stuff into it for, like, they just hide adult stuff to it, so even adults are entertained by it.
Yeah, and the naming of, like, the different sponsors and stuff like that, like the the rear end, had, and like the Rusties and that kind of stuff. Like they make jokes out of all the sponsorships of the cars and that kind of stuff. They do an excellent job of speaking to the adult, but in entertaining the child.
Yeah, like the
wow, sorry. It's not me.
It's not LordL.
It's not me.
It's Doug.
And it's me. Here he is, like, all buffers pictures.
That's okay.
We're back. Yeah, I grew up on Disney films, all the Land Before Time stuff, all, like, those cartoons. Like, that was my jam growing up.
Nice. Yeah, I grew up on the one that just went public, or now it's in the public domain, like the Mickey, the Willie one, because I was born back in 1923. So
Steamboat
that was
Willie,
or Steamboat Willie.
Was it Mortimer Mouse? You
Yeah,
had the original Mortimer Mouse.
Yeah, that was in my collection, back in the 20s when I was growing up.
Okay.
You can tell with my gray hairs.
It's just a little salt and pepper.
You got them too, like they're
more distinguished.
Happening.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Salt and pepper's in right now, so.
going with it.
I was gonna keep going, but I decided to pump the brakes right there. I had a few more comments behind that, but I was like, let's
I'm
just
proud
stop
of you.
right
You
there.
really you were like, I saw the light go up. You were like, I'm gonna
Yeah.
not say any of this stuff that
There
I'm
was a
talking
few
about.
more things that I had to roll it back.
Goodness.
Well, there we have it there.
On that note.
Oh, man, it's been awesome having you here, man. And we definitely want to get you back for sure because we're definitely going to have loads more questions. After we re-listen to this whole thing again, we're going to have a million more questions that we want to recap with stuff which happens every time we do one of these fan casts. When we rewatch them, we're like, oh, sweet. And then, so we definitely love to have you back, man. And it's been a pleasure to have you on here. It's been a pleasure to be friends with you on Discord, and I'm going to enjoy this pork roll after we stop. So,
what a nice transition.
That is not the main reason why.
What is happening?
I don't know.
Why? A random pork roll. Like I have.
Well, what
do
you
do?
You
cards,
know?
Like I have. Like I don't know the hat. I don't know. Pork roll.
Yeah,
when things
yellow
are
pork
over,
roll.
Well, the wife got back. She dropped me this pork roll and a drink. I was like, man.
Next time I want you to have some shrimp on the Barbie next to you.
Shrimp on the Barbie.
Shrimp on the Barbie.
Well, we call them prawns. We don't have shrimp here in Australia. It's prawns.
So why do I always
sort of
hear that? So is it prawns
when they
on
say
the
shrimp
Barbie?
on the Barbie?
Or is that just like
Yeah, prawns on the barbecue. We don't even put prawns on a barbecue. No way. We like them cold or like garlic and stuff.
Do you peel them at all, or they're just there with little things on them like a cat?
I want to see eat a Vegemite
Same.
sandwich.
They're like a shrimp, but it's not a shrimp.
Yeah, you got to eat a Vegemite sandwich.
But it's not a shrimp.
Well,
it's like trying to attack you.
I'll admit, most of my Australian knowledge comes from like Crocodile Dundee. What is it? Men at Work. Yeah. Maybe some Outback Steakhouse. You know, that really, I'm sure that's true.
Right.
Yeah. Some of mine comes from the Newsboys. Newsboys originated from the Sun Coast of Australia.
That's why we have this great opportunity to set all this straight. Like, all this is ridiculous, right? But you can tell us, like, hey, no, this is what it is.
Yeah,
we're prawns.
We're prawns. We're not shrimp on the barbecue. We're prawns on the barbecue.
Well, it's not on this topic. Not that long ago.
And prawns are like.
What?
Okay. No longer.
Not that long ago, I actually had to sit down and ask LordL about Paul Hogan. I was like, is he actually like an Australian like celebrity? Like, do you guys love him as much as Americans love him, or is he like overrated? He gives Australia a bad name. You know, I needed to know. But I think the general consensus was he's pretty awesome, right? Yeah, Paul Hogan,
of course. Anyone that's representing your country, you're always going to back, you know.
Well,
so
and
you
anyone
really love the Hemsworth brothers.
Yeah, but I think that's just because of their dashing good looks, not for like representing the country. Yeah.
Well, I think what LordL was trying to do before he talked about his pork roll was he was trying to say goodbye.
Pork roll.
Yeah, we're gonna have to pork roll meme and
it's still warm.
I
Don't
love
worry.
that. He's just like, and I got a pork roll and a.
Like, it's been great having you here, but I have a pork roll that I need to eat, so you need to go.
But I just got delivered this deliciousness, and it's getting cold.
It's getting cold right now.
I'm going to blame this on Brian, though, because not that I'm the one to talk for not showing up, right? Not that I'm the one to blame, but Brian was late with the setup. You know, he couldn't get in here. We would have already been cracking. We would have finished. I would have had my roll, and then we'd be on to Jad. You know what I mean? And so now it's like, but I can't talk because I'm unanimous of rugging. not showing up, just add it to my list. But there's one, for instance, like even the
Jesus.
alfoil on it's like real sticks. Like it's got to be a good one, you know. They spend the money on the alfoil.
So excited about that pork roll. Well, yeah, it's been great,
so
great
good.
coming. I will absolutely come back anytime.
Appreciate it.
Like you
Awesome,
said,
thank you.
I'm sure there's more questions, and I'm sure when I leave this, I'm in 5 minutes. I'm gonna be like, oh, I forgot to tell this story. I forgot to tell that. So, like, I'm sure I got more to say. So
Yeah, that's definitely for.
And we want to get you back for the game. We want to get you back for one of Brian's games. So
okay, yeah,
do
so
some
we can see
research.
how-
Get a bit when you're coming back next.
I'll do no research. I'm coming in just
The
with the
game
knowledge
is definitely
door.
coming next time.
Come in cold. Yeah, that's the best way to play it. Just talk to Klopping.
I like it.
He
did pretty good though,
showcased.
like considering like he did really good.
Yeah, and I think it'd be on the spots harder because every time you play the games and I'm watching from home where I'm not on camera being recorded, I'm getting those things left and right.
Yeah, you're like, what? How did you get that wrong? Like, come on.
Yeah.
Everybody knows that was Disco Fur.
Yeah. But
or for
one
in
time-
Luke's case, is it Narf? Is it
Yeah,
Narf?
I mean, he's gonna be right a percentage of the time, so it's
Right.
I get it.
How about that pork roll?
Man, it was absolutely awesome. I enjoyed.
Can we get a shot?
I even
of
had it in my
pork roll?
hand before, but I'm like, it's a bit desperate.
Yeah, can we see the pork roll? I mean,
okay.
There you go.
I thought it was like a circle thing. Like I didn't know. All I heard was like, and I'm gonna enjoy this pork roll. I'm like, I don't know what is happening right now, but seeing it now like completely, I get more context of like what's happening. That's good.
Yeah, it looks like a Subway sub with pork. With pork in it.
Delicious. Yeah.
Basically, it's basically just roast pork with like a brown gravy, not a white one that you guys do over there. In like a hot doggy bun thing. But man, all pork rolls aside.
All pork rolls aside.
It was amazing having Doug here, man, and hearing his story, like how he found the bunnies and how what he like takes in from. Can you guys stop doing this? About the pork roll? No, sorry. No. Hearing his story, like it's crazy to think. Every time I feel like I'm not gonna hear something new, it's like someone else has a different story on why they love the bunnies and why they love Frank and Krista, and why they continue to be here with us day in, day out. So man, it was awesome to have him, and I'm definitely super more jealous of his collection now when we put it up there. But it's a
nice one. It's very nice. He's jealous of your pork roll.
Yeah. I'm holding it right now. I'm ready. Soon as we stop.
It's like close. I don't know.
You guys are just keeping this recording.
We're keeping it going.
We
know that it's going to keep. We're keeping it going because we know we're keeping you from your role. So we can't.
We don't want you to be on a roll.
We
don't want you to be on a roll, Luke. So
yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No dad jokes. Okay, we'll leave the dad jokes out of it.
Let's keep the camera rolling.
Oh, I'm so hungry.
Yeah. In all seriousness, it was great to have Doug on the show. Like he's an OG. Love the stories, hearing about the decades that he's been following the LaNatras and developing that relationship with Frank and Krista, and how that's helped him evolve as an artist. We can't wait to have him come back on, show us some of his art, and have him tattoo, BBS on camera at some point down the line. We're gonna have some fun, but yeah, no, we appreciate you, Doug. We appreciate you spending this time with us this evening, and for everybody else out there that hasn't been on the show yet and has not had a pork roll from Australia, this is the place for the pork roll. So
he's so hungry.
I think I'm about to rug.
It's a rug.
I definitely
No,
think
we
I'm
got to
about to
see
run.
Bill. We got to see Bill. Come on, we got to see Bill.
Andrew, we
Bill
talked-
is an all-star.
Yeah.
He's also an
No,
ultimate fan.
we seen Bill. I don't know if we put it in the recording. I don't think Bill was there.
Yeah,
Or maybe
he's
oh,
on.
get
He
it.
made
I
it.
don't know.
He made the intro.
Yeah, he made
Yeah.
the entrance. Yeah, and we'll see probably some photos throughout, just randomly.
So we need you back, Doug,
Yeah.
just to see Bill some more. We need to know a little bit more about Bill. So
And we need to see
keep
some
that in mind.
memes.
My book rolls.
We definitely need to see some of those memes that have not made it, into the Discord. Maybe we'll have like a special outtake of memes that we have. But we definitely got a few outtakes from this show that'll be fun editing. But anyways, it was a great show. Hope to see everybody back here next week for another episode of the Ultimate Fancast. So please subscribe. That lets us know that if you're new out there, that you enjoyed this and you want to hear more from us. Please leave your comments in the comment section, and just ring that bell, I think, on YouTube, where it will alert you anytime we post a new episode. And if you have any questions, you want to reach out to us, you can find us on the Battle Bunnies Discord and our own Discord, which I'll drop a link in this episode so that people can find us and discover that, because that's where we do a lot of the booking stuff. So anyways, another great show. Appreciate everybody. And we look forward to doing this again next week.
Great. Thank you, Doug.
Thanks, Doug. Gotta roll.
Gotta roll. Oh, he
shouldn't have
literally
mentioned.
left. He
It's
mic'd
still
off and
recording.
left. He's still recording. What is happening with him?
With it still recording.
Oh my god.
I think he tricked me. I was about to grab the book roll too.
Yeah.
Thank you for joining us today, Ultimate Fan. BBS, LordL, and Brian, that's me, do hope you enjoyed today's program as much as we did, where ultimate fans like you are the stars of the show. We'd be honored to have you join us on a future episode where you can share your story and love of the Battle Bunnies with this encouraging community. It would be the greatest compliment if you shared something you love about the Battle Bunnies on your favorite social platform today, like X, Facebook, or Instagram, and tagged us. Or simply use hashtag UltimateFancast so we can recognize and celebrate with you and other super fans by sharing your post. Bonus points if you do both and use an image of one of your favorite Battle Bunnies or a screenshot of this episode. We know you share, like, and comment because you care about our fellow Ultimate fans as much as we do. Please leave comments too to let us know how we can make this the greatest fan experience for the Battle Bunnies community. This podcast is sponsored by Hairstream Media, your bunnies all the time streaming service. Okay, not really. It is just us fans like you giving some of our time to support other fans like you. Join us over in the Battle Bunnies community and Discord to continue the fun. We hope you tune in with us each week. So make it easy. Subscribe now. We'll be here to keep you hopping when you need us.